Good morning, dear children. Let's learn our past through history subject. In my last class, I explained about archaeological sources through which we can study, we know our past in better way. Now today, we will learn about literary source material, how they are helpful for us to know about history. So, watch the video carefully. Literary sources. The story of man on this earth goes back to several thousand years. We can learn about it from the evidences left by our ancestors. About the near past, we have written records of different types. Thousands of years ago, when there was no paper to write on, our ancestors wrote their records on various objects like the dried bhojpatra, the bark of trees, plates of copper, or even solid rocks, pillars, and stone, on which they inscribed important events of their time. Later on, they wrote on paper. It is from this recorded evidence that our historians have constructed the history of mankind as we know it today. Thousands of years ago, when there was no paper to write on, our ancestors wrote on the dried bhojpatra, the bark of the trees. As there was no printing press, the accounts were written by hand. These handwritten accounts are called manuscripts. These manuscripts were prepared by few learned men of their age in different languages and scripts. Remember, by script we mean the form of writing a particular language. Many of these manuscripts have been lost or destroyed through the past centuries. But still, the historians have succeeded in constructing the wonderful story of man. Most manuscripts or ancient books in North India were written in Sanskrit, Pali, or Prakrit. In South, Tamil language was used. The literary sources have proved very useful for the study of history in their own way. Literary sources include two kinds of literatures. First is religious literature, second, secular literature. Religious literature. The religious literature of India includes the Brahmanical literature, Buddhist and Jain sacred text and epics. The religious books of the Hindus are the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, Purans, etc. The earliest beliefs of Vedic religion have been grouped in 4 Vedas, namely Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samveda, and Atharvaveda. The Rigveda is the oldest work among the Brahmanical literature. It throws light on the religion's social and economic life of the early Aryans. Among the epics, Ramayana was written by Maharshi Valmiki and Mahabharata by Maharshi Vedvyas. Both convey that truth prevails over evil, and they have great religious importance for the Hindus. Bhagavad Gita, which is a part of Mahabharata, is a philosophical text that sets out the importance of selflessness, duty, and devotion to work, spirituality, and meditation. Among Buddhist literature, the holy books are Pitakas and Mahadhampad. They contain the views of Buddha, rules of the Buddhist Sangha, and the Buddhist philosophy. The stories of previous incarnations of Lord Buddha are compiled in Jatakas. These texts provide us a lot of information on the social and cultural life of ancient India. Most of the Jain literature composed in Prakrit language, which is also known as Ardh Magadhi. The Angas of the Jains elucidate the contemporary society and the political and economic conditions of the time.